All right, it's 6:15 p.m. Just got back to the shop with the car from PMR. They did an awesome job. They still have the front end and doors because they're finalizing the carbon on the bottom side. All the modifications are done. There's just some finalizing, so we'll have those pieces tomorrow morning. But tonight, we're gonna work for a while. Danny's working on all the brake pedal stuff, so that'll be finalized. Then probably some of the final steering stuff. It needs a hole in that firewall panel. That's the last thing there that needs. And me and Taylor are getting ready to put the big Steve Morris big block Chevrolet in between the frame rails, put the transmission in, get some turbos hung, and as much as we can get done tonight. We don't want to stay super late because we do have to be here tomorrow. We got a lot of days to go, right? Yep. Got a few days to go, so we don't want to burn out tonight. Nope. But Taylor's just trimming up this mid plate for where the final welding is now interfering with the mid plate a little bit. Yep. And bolt it in the car. Yep. Put the engine in. And put a train in. Yep. Let's do it. Send it.
Video 3 so far, these guys are turning and burning.
They are. Turning and burning.
How you doing? You look exhausted.
I'm doing good. I'm all right.
Yeah.
I'm not tired.
Yeah, Andrew looks pretty exhausted too.
I'm bright and cheery.
Installing the steering for the last time. See where we had to cut the hole up in here for the steering shaft?
Where?
Up here.
Oh. Looks so good, Danny, your lines.
That's fun to make. But it's not. It didn't turn out too bad the way I do it. It gets you really close to a piece of cardboard about that big, and you lay it over this, and you make the holes exactly in the paper, and then you take, and I just measure, take a square, and run a square along these holes until it touches this, and I measure how far that is away from one of the holes, and then you take the paper, which is laying around here somewhere.
Another shit order going out, huh? Yeah, and this one is going to Robert Richardson, and he's the lucky person that got a piece of carbon fiber off of Mullet. We're going to be doing that for 3 more days. Every day, we're going to throw a piece of carbon fiber off of Mullet's front end into a random order. So go to CJRaceCars.com. Any merch on the website, we're throwing a piece of carbon in there every day for the next 3 days. Thanks for the support.
Make these holes and the shape exactly like this panel. Then you take this shaft and you have it sitting in the car, and you measure, like I said, you take a square and you run a square down here, and it comes up, and you push it until it touches that tube. Well, when it touches that tube, you look down at your square and then you measure how far it is over to one of these holes. And you take and you find that hole and you move it over, you make your mark, draw a line. Then you go the other way, do the same thing. Run along these, follow the line of the screws so it touches that, see how far it is away from that screw, draw a line up. Then you take and lay something on here that's on the same angle as this tube, measure from there up to that, from the center of your hole, there's your line there. And then I originally cut it down here, and then you take this and you put it in the car, you put the steering shaft through it, and you see how it looks. And of course I had it too low and I didn't have it high enough. So I cut, till I got the height where I wanted it. The bottom I knew was like that, was too low, but then I just took a straight edge and laid it right up against the bottom of it and hit it, and then drew a line on my pattern. So now I know it's going to be from this line to a little above this line. So then you take this and you lay it on your panel, Cleco it to the panel, and just trace it.
Right directly to the panel.
And you cut a little tiny bit short. little bit narrower. And then you go and you put the shaft in it and you see, well, no, I got to cut a little more. I had to cut a little bit more here and a little bit more here.
Because it's better to remove than it is to add.
Oh yeah, you can't add. I mean, you want to get it close. And when this is all buttoned up and tight, you got about a 1/16 of an inch gap all the way around it. If that's a problem, they make rubber boots that are like it's got an aluminum flange on it, and it just slides over this, and you just put 4 little number 6 screws into it, and that boot covers the hole up so it's airtight, watertight, whatever. But in a fire, you're gonna burn that boot up. So, or at least start to. But anyway, that's that. Sometimes you can get them a little bit closer than that, but you don't want them to rub. But that's how you locate that. And there's another way you can do it too, by taking tubing, and this is 3/4, so you get a piece that slides inside it, and then and that'd be like a 5/8 tube, and then you put in a 1/2 inch tube, and then you put in a 3/8 tube, and then you put a 1/4 inch tube. You stack them all together. You go inside, you put the firewall in, and you slide the 1/4 inch tube down, and you mark where it is, and you poke a hole. Okay, and you see if that hole lines up with where the tube is. If it does, you drill it out 3/8. You keep going bigger and bigger, and if you get off center, you know you got to go a little bit this way, that way, and you work your way up till the hole gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. You can do that too. This is quicker.
How's assembly going so far, Taylor?
It's going pretty good. We got a lot done last night. Me and Cameron teamed up and got the motor, transmission, headers, turbo in. Danny was working on the steering. We still had to put the hole in the firewall for the steering shaft to come through, but he got that taken care of. Got the pedals in. So it's going good. It's going good.
So you're working on carbon now?
Yeah, trying to finalize the floor. Because I just had 1/8 inch holes from our Zeusnoids drilled in it so it could just locate with plecos. So now I've put the 7/16. Sometimes I go a 1/2 just so there's no tension on the hole. That way the Zeus goes in real nice. But yeah, I'm working on this, and then I'm gonna move back to the exhaust. I can put the whole exhaust in probably once Danny's done doing the steering and everything. I don't want to put something that's going to be in his way.
Right.
And the downpipe will definitely be in Danny's way if he's not finished. So I'll double check with him first. But I could do the passenger side.
Alright, titanium bolts in. Woo! Titanium bolts in the steering.
Of course, we wouldn't use regular steel bolts. They got to be titanium, and they're gun drilled. We make them right here in house. Actually, have you seen them? Seriously, super proud of it. Look at these things. I have to get down real close and look at them, but our steering bolts are drilled through the middle. Not titanium 1/4 inch bolt wasn't light enough, so we put a hole through the middle of it. We use them in a lot of stuff. We're actually going to do the motor plate bolts in the same way. They're just not in there yet because we got to take the motor plate back out to seal it up. But it will have the same style gun drill bolts, but 3/8 in the front. So we make quite a few of those bolts, and believe it or not, when you got 100 bolts in a car, it adds up pretty quick. Yeah, lighten your pocketbook up too.
Lightens up the car and lightens up that wall.
Yeah, makes everything lighter.
Yeah, it's nice and
Ooh, look at that.
nice and
Smooth. Look at this. Look. Motion Raceworks, ultra lightweight quick connect. Look at this thing. Scallop here. And actually, look at this. This is actually not on purpose, but it has the same exact scallop as our titanium steering extension that we make right here in house. It's just made to be.
Perfect match.
It's just meant to be right there. And there's not as much slop in these at all. Like, they're super tight compared to anything else on the market, and they go on super easy. There's some of them that you almost have to be an engineer. You have to have a doctorate to get the dang steering wheel on some of those quick connects. And this is not like that. These are great. It moves so nice. That's how it's supposed to. I like it.
Danny was showing us the method as to how he made this possible. Came out really well too. Really nice. Really well.
What most people do there, which is totally fine too, is they put like a 1.25 inch hole in a general area, and then you put a rubber boot on it, which is fine, right? But Danny likes to do it like this. It does look better, and if there was ever to be a fire, you don't have to worry about the rubber boot burning away and there being a bigger hole for fire to get through. So we try to do them like this whenever we can. Oh, on a 64-inch dash screen.
Yeah, on a 64-inch flat screen, whatever. Now I get to go over there and take care of the issue.
Oh yeah. You want to do that fire line on the front first? Well, I guess it don't matter. It don't matter what you do first.
It don't matter. I got, like I said, I got the firewall all in.
They both got to be done, I guess.
They're all screwed in.
Yeah, looks good.
The trick to getting this thing apart, though, just so you can tell anybody if they need to know, is you loosen that.
Yep.
Take this cap off.
Yep.
Loosen these 2 bolts. Then you just take and slide this back a little bit, and this just drops down. Now you can pull the U-joint straight off, and you can pull that steering shaft straight right out through the friggin' car.
Perfect.
But you have to, if you want to get that U-joint out, normally we, pull this off, pull the steering shaft out, and then this here is loose in there, and I can pick it up enough that it comes off of that shaft. Now it only comes about that far from coming off the shaft because it's just too close to the firewall.
I like it.
Anyway, it works really good now.
Came out really good.
And the pedals are good. And yeah.
Pedals and steering.
Working my way over around the dealie.
We got some more parts of the body that we need to weld, Taylor?
Yeah, we cut a chunk out of the bottom of this quarter panel because it had a weird angle on it. And our floor panel, our titanium floor panel that comes in here wasn't gonna mate up just right. So we cut it out, made our titanium floor panel, and then we're adding this in to make it all one nice piece instead of having a giant gap right here.
Now, do the body mounts get welded any more than they are?
No, that's it.
I put a 6 screw back there.
That's it. We just go around the corners.
Screw.
Oh, that's all right.
It's right in the corner where there's a weld. That angle, when I drilled them straight into the tube instead of drilling an angle that the tube is up. It's good one. Those fire lines are in. Now I gotta do the set one along the side, and then that's it. Oh, which one? Run along the side. Oh, one across the front now is there.
All right. I like it. Are all the fittings and everything tight? Like this fitting down here is tight?
No, I'm taking out that nozzle and putting in the ones that come with the fire bottles.
Okay.
Like these.
Yep.
So that one and this one, the nozzles are
Change it and then
Change
tighten
it.
it. Okay. All right. Perfect. Fire lines up front are in. It's a good thing. We're kind of trying to work our way from the front to the back. The way we made the list is kind of go in that direction. The down pipes are almost ready to go in, except we got a little doubler plate on the side of them. With those down pipes, there's a lot of weight hanging off them with the wastegate, and then the pipe coming off of the down pipe, so they're off of the wastegate. So we try to put a little gusset on there, that way it doesn't rattle and crack that weld.
Yes, sir.
Over there on that aluminum thing is a little stubby wrench like this. It's a 5/8. Could you hand that thing to me?
I sure can.
Danny, offhand, do you remember if that tab was on the front or the back?
Back.
Okay.
That way it pulls off out of there without having to fight around the thing.
That makes the most sense. I just want to make sure if that was
Taylor told me
that was accurate.
So Taylor's the one that I always ask when he says, that thing going to the back? Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect.
Oh, that didn't get in the way of anything down there.
No, we should be good. Oh, that stainless up there. Polished. Stainless.
Everywhere.
Fire lines are brake lines.
The fire lines are all the fittings that are able to be tightened are tightened. Those two in here and out there for the nozzle, we're going to change the nozzle. When we put the bottles in, and of course those lines tighten up against the bottles. Brake lines are all snugged up until you bleed and find out anything. I don't want to over tighten them too much.
Yep. I like it.
And
once he puts that panel in, which he's working on welding that stuff up now,
well, I got to help him do something with that.
Yeah, we'll have to touch up that paint in there a little bit where it welded.
Okay.
On the inside, and then we'll put that panel in.
The paint on the quarter panel?
Yes, yeah, it's all raw when we had to weld the pads. We'll just touch that up, and then we can put the fire bottles, CO2, all that stuff in. Throttle cable.
Nice.
One for Mullet, one for me. For tall order.
Who sent this to us?
This is a Jerry Bickle race cars box, and look at that, parachute cables. We had it. Jerry Bickle usually sells a 12-foot cable, which is a 24-foot cable they cut in half, because that's normal for a car. But we had to get 24-foot cables for both, because this thing's about 73 feet long. So we had to get extra length cables.
Throttle cable here, parachute cables are here. Now, is the parachute mount pretty much done?
The parachute mount itself is done. It's done, it's ready to go. So we just gotta, once we put the wing on, what's left with the throttle?
Well, if we put the guides on it for the cables.
Oh yeah, we might have to put these little tiny like 5/8 tubes on here that guide the cables. Yeah, we probably will have to do that. He's right. Very close to me though.
But pretty simple stuff.
Everything else is welded out though on it. It's ready to go. Good, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I like how you reinforced it here too.
Yeah, well, we were talking about this earlier, I think. But basically, the wastegate hangs off of here, and then the tube off the wastegate that exhausts the wastegate exhaust has some weight out there, and it gets to shaking and popping on a two-step and everything else. So this probably would have been okay, but now it should be really good with that there. Taylor drew up this little piece this morning, laser cut it. Andrew got it dialed in, welded on. So these are ready to go on. We're not gonna put these on right this second because we got to pull the motor plate off one more time to seal the back. Once that's done, these can go on. This downpipe will go on, and pretty much the front of the car is completely done up until the firewall. And as we talked about, we're working our way backwards. Yep. I think, right?
Yep.
That's what we're doing.
Backwards-ish.
Taylor just woke up because we're being loud, so.
So basically, Taylor, everybody has a list of things that they have to get done.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
We all have a list, that way we can kind of.
And that list looked long, but when I made that list last night before I left, that list in my head was a goal for today.
Hey,
Which I think is really achievable.
that is a.
Believe it or not, I think it's
we're doing really
achievable
well.
list.
I'm not gonna lie. Prior to powder coat, the longer we worked on this, I felt the list getting longer.
Yeah, but I think we're doing good now. I mean, there's a few tedious things we got left. Like we talked about 100 times, this back window and this El Camino might be the hardest thing about this entire car, which it still has to be done because there was no way to make the lips and everything work to the back window before he sent it to powder coat. So we do have to do that now. That's more toward the middle of the car. We're getting there. But if we can finish the list we have today, gives us 3 more days. Tomorrow we come in, we'll probably start on that window. We'll start on some of this rear sheet metal that we couldn't do before. So all that stuff's got to get done, but we are making good progress. I think we can get this stuff knocked off the list. I don't know, maybe even a little bit more. Taylor's, he just doesn't, he won't let me get him out of here. He just wants to stay, so it's good news, you know? Actually really close.
A little bit tighter, but is that due to the powder coating?
The powder coat just takes up a little bit, yeah, but it's actually really close. All right, as you guys see, we got quite a bit done in the last 20 hours or so since you guys saw the car last. We got the tunnel in, front and back. We got the shifter in. We got all the pedals finalized, all the steering finalized, the firewall finalized. We got the engine, transmission, converter in, turbos on, motor plate, mid plate. We got a lot of stuff done. It's coming together. We're still got a lot of hours to work today, but I think we got a good shot at this. So keep an eye out for the next video. Let's see if we can make it happen.